And we are live. This is Innovators Pod. I'm Don Schwartz. Welcome to Innovators Pod. And today we're speaking with Josh Raymond of One Good Act. And bring him up. Hi, Josh. How you doing today?
Hey Don, how's it going, man? I'm doing great. How are you, man?
Good, good. Uh, you're my sixth. Actually, now I'm calling it episode 5, but I think you're my sixth episode of this podcast, and it's
Cool.
fun because we're all part of like the Mass Innovation Nights um, environment or whatever, and the community, and there's so many good people around the Boston area. But I think I saw you at Mass Innovation Nights at I forget which one it was. I think it was the IBM event.
Yeah. It was. I think it was number 71. We had our soft launch that night. I remember you coming by.
Hmm. And I mean, I thought it was pretty nice.
Oh, absolutely.
But what's that in the background I hear? You got a game going on?
Not that I know of. It could be my ringtone. Let me let
No,
me see if I can turn down the sensitivity on this. Or
that's
hmm.
fine.
Okay, let me know if it becomes too much for you.
Okay.
Actually, it might be the headphones. Come to think of it. Um, is that better?
Sounds fine. Yep, that's good.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about I had a microphone plugged into the headphone jack at the same time as the other microphone. Sorry.
Now I might be getting a little bit of an echo, but that's okay. I think it's very minor. It'll probably go away. Um,
Okay.
so tell us about One Good Act, OGA. I saw it there, and what I understood it to be was this is the type of thing, if during last year's Ice Bucket Challenge, you would have been able to use this app for whatever you wanted to challenge people for, and that it would sit on top of some charity and send the money their way. That's about all I understand about
I don't know. I mean, like that was actually that was that was a great high level kind of explanation of it. So you're right on, man. One Good Act, we're a social venture where we develop uniquely to us free fundraising apps for nonprofits and passionate contributors. A little bit of a backstory. The way it all started was I wanted to scratch my own itch. Oddly enough, I volunteering and giving back really is always something that is almost like ingrained into my DNA. As odd as it may sound, but going. I mean, I was an Eagle Scout, but way before that, being 6 and 7, not really forced volunteering, but my mom going, hey, we're just gonna go help out at the food pantry this weekend, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, and it's kind of all just started there, but
That's cool.
throughout
So you're
college,
one of the good guys.
yeah, supposedly. Um, starting when even back then, all throughout college and whatnot, that was something that you know, I had fun with really. I met a lot of my closest friends. When I was in school. On Saturday morning sometimes, and through the week, we could wake up hungover as all hell from the night before, but we'd still be out there not. So funny. Before I kind of ramble on here, it was something that always was important to me. The kind of light bulb moment, if you will, was I was actually at the bar with one of my college buddies, and he was the other guy that was kind of troubleshooting the idea with. He was, I don't want to say the brains. Well, for the most part, he was the brains. But clinical degree in psychology, super smart guy. So he was trying to help understand the user behavior side of it. And we were sitting at the bar, and literally he looks at me and goes, Josh, I bet you $10 that I can chug that same abs faster than you can. And I'm like, no, I mean, typical guy to guy type of competition. I'm like, no, absolutely not, Matt. Come on, bring it on. So he goes to reach down, and instead of grabbing his wallet, he grabbed his phone. I'm like, what is he doing? And he flips it open. And I'm like, Matt, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm gonna win. I know that, but when I do, I'm gonna videotape it and then share it on Facebook. And I go, all right, well, and I don't know if it was I don't know if it was a couple of beers I had that were talking or what, but I just ordered. I'm like, well, how about we just donate to charity? And then something just kind of clicked, and
Wow.
it was and I, after I put down what I was doing, left the bar and just started yeah, I don't know, it was just it was not an epiphany, but it was just holy crap, this is actually pretty cool to build. If it could give something that would let people challenge each other, but then have fun while doing a little bit of good. and they can show off maybe a little bit. I'm like, that would be pretty cool. And yeah, we made the mobile app. It made sense in like the test environments. And after working with a number of not so much nonprofit organizations, but the nonprofit technology organizations, we started to discover some of the problems we started developing a deeper understanding of the problems that nonprofits had with online fundraising in general, but then specifically when the Ice Bucket Challenge came around, it introduced the additional problems that peer-to-peer challenges can have, but then also with uh, any sort of like video challenges that are not within their control, right? So like there are, Ice Bucket Challenge, for example, that was absolutely amazing, as
Oh
you
yeah.
know. Like it really was. It's actually been deemed the most successful viral fundraising campaign ever. Like the Freitas family, I have the oh my god, they're truly an inspiration. They really are.
Yep.
And like that, it created like a movement almost, but then also it you know kind of revealed some of the underlying problems that weren't really that well addressed, that nonprofits face when it came to online fundraising. And what I mean by that is, if you look at something that worked, being in tech, I know that this will resonate with you. Like 20, 30 years ago, when there would be like some sort of advertisement or a message that a nonprofit would do, it would resonate, right? And it would introduce like a call to action almost. So like picture I know this sounds a little bit out there, but the stereotypical kind of sad puppy type of commercial from the MSPCA or something like that, like it makes people feel really bad, but that's about it. Nowadays, it's like 7 out of 10 times it is either completely ignored or just subconsciously like not really like hitting the same chord, so it won't trigger a call to action. And with like the Ice Bucket Challenge, it it still has kind of like the supporting theme almost of like, oh, okay, this is for charity, but it hits like a different like emotional trigger almost.
Okay.
And when that type of information, I guess that type of understanding became a little bit deeper. It had actually showed us like the problems that nonprofits face, like when it comes to, okay, if there are just some people that really really love the Dana Farber Institute, right? And they're trying to get their own unique video challenges going, and they're successful in certain circumstances. Where that money comes from, they have no idea. So they don't know how to track what's successful. They don't know how to, really have also like management, like visibility into what's going on. I mean that can translate into like tax, difficulties with like, oh, we don't know where this online fundraising came from. It literally just opened up the floodgates for all these new type of issues that honestly like nothing really has taken the time to address, not so much from like a management perspective, because I mean don't get me wrong, there are platforms out there that handle payments, handle donor fundraising, handle donor management, email marketing, et cetera, but kind of like a closed loop system, of okay, we have essentially a marketing channel that that it can create a lot of value, but there's nothing really getting it from the other end, like keeping everything in.
I know.
And
Speaking of Dana Farber, they have probably 6 or 7 channels that they raise money from. They've got the bike ride, they've got the Red Sox, Jimmy Fund.
Mhm.
It's there's a whole series of them, and I can understand that they probably are all separate entities and trying to get the reporting out or the control of and the understanding of where it's all coming from could be tough, I guess.
Exactly, exactly. And oddly enough, that specific use case that you just mentioned, um, we didn't realize it actually up until about a few months ago, but the amount of user-generated content that not so much is just created, by the event, if that makes sense, but then the amount that people would want to go, hey, you know what, like look at the progress I made. And, this is comparing it to like my friends. We did a number of, I don't want to call them tests, but it was interview type scenarios with people that have done these type of events before, and like the
Mhm.
feedback was mind-blowingly phenomenal, and it kind of gets me excited too, because it's almost like by providing something that, and whether it be us or whether it be any sort of video or kind of engagement or supporter I guess engagement, if so to speak, type of product. Whatever the case, it's actually harnessing the passion that those supporters have for that cause. Other that otherwise like like yeah they'd show up and not really like share it as much if that made sense.
Yep.
And I'm rambling right by the way. I apologize.
That's hey, no problem. I think it just sounds like a great service, and I don't mind you rambling.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Is there anything do you have anything to show? I think you told me before that you don't have the website ready yet. It's being redone, but
Yep.
let me.
Uh,
If I give you control, up on the top right side, left side, you'll see a green button that
okay.
says screen share on the left side of your screen.
Okay, dokie. Yeah, let me actually see if I can log into some photos or some screenshots that we have done.
Okay.
Um, you'll have to bear with me. I am unfortunately using Windows 8 on an HP. It's a little bit on the laggy side today. Do
Hey, I wanted to
let's see.
mention about while you're doing that in the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Okay.
I worked a little last year with a fellow down at Brown University who does research on eye tracking for ALS patients to control their
Oh
lives.
wow.
Okay, so he's got things running where they can blink because the eyes are the last thing to go. Okay, the eyes are not connected to your brainstem; they go directly to the brain. Okay, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how you paralyze, your eyes still work usually, and people can blink. So using blinking, they can turn on their TV, change channels, things like that. So
Wow.
he did a Dan Batcher is his name, and researcher down at Brown. And so he set up an ice bucket challenge with an ALS patient he works with in the Boston area, I think in Chelsea, and it was kind of cool because the guy was in his wheelchair and Dan's under a ladder with a bucket up above him, and the guy blinks and it dropped on him. So. And
That's so cool, man.
the guy wanted to do it, so it was really good.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I love when technology is used like in that I don't want to say like in that good of a way, but like you know what I mean, like it's purposeful, but in a productive for society, I guess, type of
Hmm.
way. Oh, and actually, before I get ahead, are you seeing my screen right now, Don?
No,
Oh, I thought.
go to the left side of the Hangout window and with your mouse, and you should see a green button pop up on the top left. But you have to move your mouse over there for it to come out.
Oh, screen share.
Yeah, screen share. Yep,
All
click
right.
screen share.
Um,
You realize this is all going to be part of the podcast. Hey, it's switching right now. There it is. Oh, wait, I'm seeing you. So now I want to make sure you're. Click my name so I'm up top. Yes, no, click your name, I guess.
oh wow, you're going backwards. Oh wow, there's a billion.
Okay,
Uh,
let's forget about that. It's not working too well.
yeah, sorry about that. Oops.
Wow, that was cool. That was like a carnival
Yeah,
meeting house.
sorry about that,
Well,
man.
uh, we might have to edit that out. So, anyways, let's go on. Keep telling me about it. I do. Are there any? Are you working with charities? I would assume to help you develop this.
Yep. So we're actually trying to think of the best. Trying to think of what I can say without my
Yeah,
legal.
yeah. You don't have to give away the. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't. I wouldn't. Not, oddly enough, like it wouldn't phase me because we're doing it for social good. Like we don't, and they just, yeah, they do their thing, and I'm just like, it'll be okay. But hey, and so how do I put it? So like we're working with charities directly, but what don't get me wrong, like that's really really exciting, right? And the feedback and the kind of the thoughts and the use cases and the value, around what exactly this, what exactly we're able to help them with, but then also like the usability, and kind of like who could use it within the organization. All that information has been remarkably similar. So we were able to take that, translate it really quickly, to be honest with you. And from a technology perspective, we're actually going to be integrating with one of the um, bigger players within the email marketing automation realm.
Okay.
In essence, what that would allow nonprofits to do is use the features and functionality around social, around email, around online fundraising that they're already familiar with, but in essence, we would just be kind of an additional layer that would kind of sit on top and ride, with the I guess like the usability almost, or like the user journey that they're already they already do every day. So this kind
You're
of
breaking up a little bit right now.
oh, sorry about that. Is that a little better?
Well, let's see. It might be your Wi-Fi signal. Kids are probably getting home from school or something.
Oh yeah. little buggers taking on my Wi-Fi.
So that sounds an interesting integration. If you're part of the entire ecosystem for handling their social communications from email right through Twitter, basically, it sounds like, and being part of that.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, man. Like it's I just took the leap full time into this. I didn't. How do I put it? It was January 1st of this past year. Long story short, I didn't. And I'll try to keep my tangents down to what.
Well, I love to hear your whole background, actually. So, how did you
get?
Oh,
okay. Oh, are you sure about that? Might be a while.
5 minutes.
All right. I think I can pull it off. I just took the leap back in January. I've been kind of working on the idea for, let's see, it was February of 2014 when I kind of thought of the idea. I was bouncing back and forth with kind of something that would hit Facebook or some sort of message thing. I had no idea at the time. But finally, when I put it on paper almost, we started the actual development in April of 2014. I don't come from a technical background, to be completely frank with you. I could turn my computer on when I graduated college, and that was about it. And then I was in 2011, I think it was, May. I had no idea I was going to fall into tech. My undergrad was in exercise physiology, and I had my heart set on being some sort of doctor within the physical realm, whether it be research or ortho or something like that. I found out during a clinical that my heart just wasn't in it. I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do now? I have a pre-med degree. I have a pre-med degree. Oh my god. And I so did the typical move back home, man. I did sales jobs. I did landscaping when I was growing up, so I did that for a little while. And this was for the first 9 months out of college. And then some wild-eyed, somewhat crazy recruiter called me from a tech startup in the network performance space, and she sounded like a lunatic, and I'm like, this girl's out of her mind. You know what? I'll agree to an interview. I had no intention of agreeing up until that point. And I walk in there, and it was just anarchy. It was chaos. It was for a sales job, but it was they had just gotten their B round of funding. Everyone was going wild, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? This is nuts. I have to do this. I was stoked, man. I started that. What was it? I went and I had a vacation to go visit all my idiot buddies from college at the time. So I had that week, and I started there that Monday. Fell into network technology, and oddly enough, I don't know. I had more fun hanging out with the SEs, to be completely honest with you, and kind of picking their brains than the sales guys. So I was like, oh, this actually makes pretty good sense. I don't know. I just started absorbing as much as I could. Worked for a social media analytics company after my second network startup, and I was like, oh, this stuff's even more cool. I can understand digital stuff. So so I'll be honest with you. So I did some crazy, I'll say somewhat crazy stuff in order to learn and whatnot and meet people. I used to sneak into Harvard and MIT events, which I kind of still do to this day. But they caught me twice. Oh, it was so awkward, but they were cool about it. But no, I mean, I didn't have a technical background. I didn't, get a CS degree formally or informally. I just kind of, would just try and do the whole bootstrapping thing and find every single
Right.
free learning resource available and just gobbled it up. And then to build it, I used what I knew, which was cold calling and being a sales guy, and I don't know, like I guess I was beginning to understand that I had a passion for helping nonprofits, not realizing up until this point.
Well, there's the P
Um,
word. I was going to say that because I think you obviously what's most important is you have the passion for helping people. And,
Absolutely. You want something pretty cool?
yep.
So when I left, took the leap January 1st, I like realized what I was doing, and I just went up to Vermont and like needed like a couple of days to like calm down and like get like what I mean, like absorb it all in. I'm like, I got this. It's gonna be sweet. So I'm like, all right, I need to get something to commensurate the almost like the day, or like what I mean, like that point. So I don't know if you can see it, but I got
Follow
your
your
passion.
passion. Cool.
Oh yeah, all my arm. And the funny thing is, I got it. I'm like, this is sweet. And then I went back and like showed my mom, which still to this day, she's like, you did what? Ah, and she got all freaked out. She didn't get so mad that I said it on air.
Well, just tell her you're going to marry somebody named Passion. That's.
Ooh. Oh, you just saved me so many headaches. Thank you.
There's probably plenty of those out there.
She's a lovely lady, though. Oh, she's gonna kill me.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Moms are wonderful. So,
Oh, yeah.
the app's not available yet. I would assume,
Oh,
or is it?
so sorry for the confusion. So the mobile app that's in public beta, right?
Okay.
So
While you're talking, I'm gonna show your website. I think.
oh, cool.
I think I have it here.
Okay. I'll be interested to see what my developers have been up to for our testing of the. We're doing landing page testing right now, and I'm having them do two completely different ones, and I want to see which one they're putting up live.
Okay. Do you see it?
Yep. Oh, awesome. The video's running.
Yeah, that's where I picked up the video earlier. So, which is
Awesome.
nice. So,
Yep. So want me to explain kind of like what you're seeing right now?
yeah, sure.
Cool.
Yeah, just a quick run through.
Okay. Actually, if you want, if you go into, if you Google search, let's see. So if you Google search, OGA makes it easy to donate using your iPhone. I'm pretty sure that will pull up a page of actually like all of our screenshots.
That sounds dangerous. I'll try. I'm gonna stop sharing this and come back. And while you're talking, I'm gonna go search for that.
All right.
You're back on the screen. Okay. So OGA
Yep.
makes it easy. Should that do it? Let's see. Oh, that gets me yoga.
Yeah, we're battling the word yoga right now for keyword beachfront.
Ooh, OGA, Oregon Golf Association.org. Okay. Makes it easy
I'll see if
to.
I can pull up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see if I can pull up the link for you and send it over. Maybe
Yeah, just send me the link.
No worries.
That's okay. You can send it and I'll post it later onto the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
If you don't mind people going there themselves.
Not at all, man.
Okay. Maybe we should start wrapping up, unless you have something more to add. Are you looking for funding? What are you trying to do at this point? What's happening?
That's a great question. So that's another one that my legal guys will they love to keep me I guess keep on top of me about, I guess. So up until this point, I've been bootstrapping it, and we've gotten to not so much the tipping point, but so we're at the point where right now there's a demand from our customer realms, like specifically within one area that we are able to help them out with, and that is around social fundraising.
Right.
So it's gotten to the point where it makes sense for us to begin, gaining a firmer grasp of what our options are financially.
Okay.
And there has been, you know, some entities, I guess is the best way to put it, that would like to get involved in one way or another, and we'll actually be making a little bit more of a public announcement about that, well, specifically about that, within the next week and a half. So yeah, I'd love to share that with you as well.
Okay.
Once that pops out, but it's a very exciting time. Not just for us obviously, but for and this might be a little bit biased as I am the founder, but I think it's pretty awesome. And it's also what gets me the most excited, and that being, you know, when we started building Uga, it started as kind of a fun way to build something. The more we got involved with the nonprofit community, and we witnessed the struggles and the challenges that they face, not just with buying software. 'Cause I mean, let's face it, they're nonprofits. Like, it's not like they have a massive revenue stream, especially for the most part, like the ones that we're intending to help. Even if they have even if they're a smaller mid-tier nonprofit in terms of funding, the amount that they can put towards fundraising it's nominal compared to everything else. So being entrenched in that, seeing it and feeling it, so much, we made, regardless of like what, I don't want to say like what, our advisors and like what people had said, we, should be shooting for, but like from a cost perspective, what gets me most excited is that it's entirely free. So, yep, so the mobile app is free, the web app is free, all the integration. We're working on as it stands right now, the actual usage of the platform. So we don't charge anything whatsoever. There can sometimes be a cost incurred from the payments provider.
Right.
However, though, we did find a pretty unique way to get around that. We don't know how I don't want to say feasible, how scalable it's going to be. However, we have been proactive in speaking with the different payment providers, trying to find out, if we build something that is free, which we have, what's the amount of give that they'll have? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I as unreasonable almost, and as up in the clouds as it may seem, I have it as a personal goal and a personal mission, to make this free, to build a platform that doesn't charge nonprofits, really anything to get their message across, spread the word of what they do, kind of, and again, a little bit out there, but like, I want to remove those barriers, kind of level the playing field. But that's me. I don't know
Awesome.
if it's.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Cool. I had a
Excellent.
blast, by the way, John. Thank you very much again for having me, man.
And your website I know is One Good Act. That's the one ONEGOODACT.com. OneGoodAct.com. Uh, and I'm going to put myself on screen, I think, and just say thanks, Josh. Really appreciate it. And I really wish you luck, and I want to keep following up with you. Maybe we'll do this again when you have something that people can actually play with a lot. Besides the beta.
Yeah,
But how do
absolutely.
people interested in the beta? Do they go to that website and sign up? I saw a sign up form there.
Yep. So actually, that reminds me. So what you're actually seeing on that is for the pre-release of the actual of the web app.
Okay,
That's due for our next release. There is a waiting list, honestly, that's gotten to this point. However,
that's good.
if yeah, no, absolutely. If there's a specific nonprofit that has like a particular use case, or if they want to learn more, but they really kind of go at it, like say for example, like if they heard about the actual web app through what do you call it, through this channel, like through
Hmm.
this podcast, I'd bump them right up, man. I would love to, like, especially like if they're a local type of organization. If they find it through here, then I'll walk them through for the first release. Like if they want to get involved for the beta, and actually like help use their feedback to build the product. And oh yeah, absolutely, I would
Great.
love to do that.
So how do they get in touch besides just through the website, or do you have an email?
Um, oh yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, so best email to use is I'll just give you my personal one, JSR at onegoodact.com. And an alternative is founders, plural, at onegoodact.com. And I'd be happy to help out in any way that I can or my team can.
Okay, and send those along to me. Email those to me so I can. I'll post them on the video when I edit it later on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to tell the audience, you can visit us at innovatorpod.com. Please share this on Twitter. And follow us.
Absolutely.
We're at InnoPod, and you are at One Good Act or OGA.
No, so at One Good Act.
Okay, good. And that's it. Thank you, and thanks for joining in, folks. And hang around for a second, Josh.
Absolutely.